Hey, so I had to come down here to run a couple errands. I'm still in the middle of running the errands, and I stopped here because I was here last night, and I'm back at the Chase again at the bank, and I just wanted to show you. So last night, remember how I said it's just pitch black around us? See that? Those trees right there, and then all those trees down there. So we're surrounded by trees, and so that's why it's so black here and dark here at night. But I thought we would walk through during the day. See, the parking lot's all filled now, in the exact same spot we were at last night. So you can see the difference between 1 o'clock in the morning and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I think it's about 1:30 on a Wednesday. A lot of traffic. See all this traffic? It bugs me. It bugs a lot of the other locals as well. I don't like all this traffic. I'm hoping they're going to push this new citywide ordinance that they've been talking about where everyone has to travel by horseback or horse-drawn carriage here in town. So that'll eliminate the traffic problem. But it would be cool to have horses here again, wouldn't it? Horse shit everywhere. That it would give the parks, it would give the street cleaners are cleaning all the time here, like every single morning the street cleaners come through, and it seems like there's nothing to clean when they come through. So if we brought horses in again into the mix, then it would give the city workers something to clean up every morning instead of just one cigarette butt and one empty, I've never even seen a beer can here. I really haven't. I've never seen like an empty, discarded beer can here. Not once. Not even once. I've never even seen a cigarette butt on the ground in here. No matter what time of day. Even if I come here first thing in the morning, before the cleaning crew comes through, it'll still be just as clean as it is right now. So I don't know what you want to call that. Some sort of civic pride? Because the guys that clean don't even have to do that much cleaning. And here's another funny thing about it. Remember how last week I was at the cemetery and I was talking to that lady I met at the cemetery, and she told me that there used to be, a while back, there was a homeless guy at the back of the cemetery. They're just tuning up. There was a homeless guy at the back of the cemetery that was living there, and he had been there for a while, but she said that the police knew about him and the locals knew about him, and nobody put up much of a fuss. Look at this. Nobody put up much of a fuss because he was keeping the place clean. So he was cleaning the cemetery. So look, remember last night I told you my neighborhood is completely black and there's no lights, and I walked down this hill to get home. So that's my neighborhood right there. It's just trees. So anyway, she's telling me that this guy that was living at the back of the cemetery was actually really doing a great job of maintaining the cemetery. He was raking stuff up and removing, if you've seen those videos, you know the cemetery I'm talking about. It's like in the woods. It's in the place that I just showed you. It's in my neighborhood. So there's like tree limbs everywhere, and it's like the forest floor. And she said this guy was doing a great job of keeping it clean and had it looking all nice. But then she said that some outreach came through to see if they could check on him and see if he needed help and everything, but he refused help, and he was on drugs and alcohol. But when he was sleeping and he was at the cemetery, he was all good to go. But eventually she said he hasn't been there for a long time. Like maybe he left at the beginning of the winter. Because that's the other thing, of being unhoused here or homeless here, you have to be able to survive a real harsh, icy, snowy winter. It snows here, and there'll be ice and snow for a couple months, or freezing temperatures. Sometimes the snow doesn't stick for more than a day or two, but some years it will stick for a whole month, and there'll be a lot of it. Last year it wasn't too bad, but that keeps people away from sleeping outside here unless they're real seasoned outside sleepers. So this is here's the sock store that we were at last night. Right here. Are they even open? So here's the sock store. It doesn't even look like they're open. Here's the Real Conscious Food place that I said is real popular. And then there's the Remax Gold where we looked at the real estate stuff last night. Anyway, come on. Let me get to the other side. Oh no, look, we have shade right here. Let's stay here. All right. It's only been 5 minutes. I hope you're doing well. I can't remember whether I asked you if you were doing well or what you were up to or how your day is. This is it. This street is called Main Street. That's the clock that I look at to be able to tell what time it is all the time. It's almost 1:25. And then you see the valley is in front of us. We're on the upper edge of this side of the valley, and then you have to go to the basin of the valley, go across the other side. The base of the valley is a creek, the lowest point. And at that creek, at the lowest point of this valley, is where they are one of the spots. It's just one of the spots, but it's where they discovered some gold. So they discovered a lot of gold there. And yeah, so to get to where I showed you where I live, which is over in those trees over there, I got to go. It's just a short walk. You go to the bottom of the valley, cross the creek, and go up a little bit. And that's how this place is set up. You either live on one side of the valley or the other side of the valley, or you live like right over the creek. You know, that's possible too. See this spot right here, this alley? On the 4th of July in 1855. So on the 4th of July in no, it's not that. Well, that wasn't the shooting. It's 1867. On July 4th, 1867, this was the site of a bloody duel between two Grass Valley merchants, Henry Sylvester and John Davis, in which the latter, John Davis, was killed. It happened right here. But that's the police station now. So there's not going to be any more gunfights here in this alley. People, they're like, draw, and shooting at each other right here. Right? Pretty cool, huh? But now the police station is right here. This is why I was saying last night, that kid that was all drunk and yelling, that was right here. And so the cops are right here. If there just happened to be a cop standing, parked, not even like he's just hanging out, not on, maybe he's on duty, he's just coming in to turn in a paper. They don't even have paper anymore. Anyway, he's coming to refill his coffee or something, and that kid was right here screaming all drunk. He didn't know that the police department is directly across the street, almost from the bar that he was drinking at. They've been, it looks like this is going to be a restaurant. So it's been, they've been changing owners at that spot for a long time. There's another real estate office. A lot of real estate offices. There's just as many, if not more, real estate offices than there are bars in this town. There's a lot of bars. It's like 6 bars within a short distance of everywhere I'm walking and where I walked last night. There's like 6. So, you know, those guys that were, they could have been at any bar, but I felt like they were coming from the Nevada Club. But yeah, there's like 6 places to drink within like a 2-block radius. And then there's also 6 places where you can buy a house. Well, that's cool. Are you jelly? I think you are. Most of the haters are jelly. That looks cool too. I'm gonna do this. Can you guys see my butterfly wings? This is the other spot that I thought they might have come from. This is a long walk for those drunk retards last night. But when he first started talking, he said something about a tap house, or he said a saloon or something. He described it differently than you would describe the Nevada Club, which is just a dive bar. The only way to describe it is a locals only dive bar that they were in. This is a tourist place where I might have expected to see them. At last night, this would have all been open. There's a fire pit right there. And they raised that door up. See that? That's a door. They raise it up and you walk in and out of the bar. There's music. There's karaoke here. This is where like people like those 2 kids you would think would be hanging out drinking, but they weren't. Maybe they hit this place earlier. I don't know. They didn't even know where they were. The potentiality of not knowing this place at like 2 o'clock in the morning and being stupid drunk, it's pretty good that you could end up in there, and you don't even. I mean, behind these houses is more of that. It's so you could just be like, maybe it's down here, dipshit. I don't know, Beavis. And yeah, and I like that story. It could be like almost like a Twilight Zone story. That could be a short horror story. It's similar to the American Werewolf in London, but it's American Werewolf in Grass Valley. Which makes sense because I feel like there might be werewolves here. See how old this building is? This is another real estate place. 2.49, 1.5, 699. Look at this place, looks wild. But I was saying, see how old this building is? This is the old city hall, and it has these iron storm shutters. All right, I think this is as good a place as any to stop this video. I might come back. I'm still in the middle of errands, but I feel like just taking a break for a while. It's kind of a short video, about 12 minutes. Thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you next time.